6'2" guard from Georgia Tech, number 3, Starberry, Stephon Marbury.
Here's Marion with Marbury.
They had poor spacing but got out of it. Sprewell only the lone nick back.
Last night, Allen Houston picked up the Knicks just turned it over on lead here in the early moments. Marbury getting the pick. And again, Marion is open. Takes the shorter. And the game is tied at 8. Hardaway.
Should have switched with Thomas. Excellent job by Mark, not being posted that time by Marion.
Jackson gets back on Marbury, but he's able to beat him off the
by Marion.
Camby with the one-on-one move, went to the crossover. Camby had it batted away. Here's Marbury.
Nice dish.
Oh, beautifully done. Marbury to Outlaw.
Same season at TCU tonight.
Who's guarding Thomas? That's the question Scott Skiles is asking. The Suns with a 27-22 lead.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good catch by. Here's Marbury. Rebound Thomas.
Thomas did a good job. Now he throws it away.
Picked off by Outlaw. Marbury. It counts. Now the timeout is called. The Suns up by 12. When we come back, played at a very quick pace in this first half by design. Delk for 3%. Free throw shooter leads the team, averaging shade over 23, but it's kept alive. Delk not able to hit. Another opportunity for the Suns. Out hustling the Knicks. Marbury kicks it to the corner, and here is Delk. Well, they got him, but it doesn't mean anything unless you can build on that. And this
performance at home is inexplicable. Bounds, they must be close to that right now.
Voskel is back on the floor, replacing Sakalitas. Here's Marbury. And the Suns with a 52-38 lead. Marbury. Marbury.
Yep. And Stephon Marbury, of course, always wants to show his home folks what he can do. And he was pretty unselfish, but he had a couple of great moves. And that was a waste foul, unfortunately, by Kurt.
A little too much dribble, then gives it up. Marbury passing on the 3 and hits the 2. For the Suns, it is game 2 of a 3-game road trip and 11.
Marion very gullible on the defense, keep leaving his feet.
Saturday, that will be an NBC telecast, and then back here. 4.5 remaining in the fourth. Marbury.
Knicks will take it now. They need to box out, not give the Suns a second opportunity.
Back to him again. This time Gugliana rips off the pass to Marbury for 2. Off the other night. Still hot from the field and shooting the ball well. In the corner, 7 minutes of action. He is so happy to be in Memphis. Penny in the lane. When he first initially came here, they didn't think he would be a starter. But he just outworked the other. Short. Anderson here in the second quarter, 12 points. He's made them all from beyond the arc. Sean Marion. Marbury in the corner.
Power forward, and what a tough matchup that may be for West.
Well, it's definitely going to be a tough matchup as we see
Against San Antonio, and Duke should be able to play. Boy, what a bad pass that was from Divac to Weber. Boy, King's not looking good, Jerry, here in the opening quarter. And look at this passing. 1 of 6 shooting, and they'll talk it over in the huddle. This is the Kings Television Network with the Suns on top by 8. Bibby with his first turnover in a while.
Penny Hardaway just read it perfectly.
And it results in 2 points. Suns dominating the paint. Stojakovic thought he was fouled, no whistle. Right now it is all Phoenix. Marion flying foul. Hardaway. I'll tell you, the Kings should be very fortunate here that the Suns are shooting as poorly as they are.
The Kings out hustling the Kings. Here's Marbury getting to the basket. Little shovel pass right to Rodney Rogers for the layup. So it's just been almost. was a pretty good look by Hito. Certainly been shooting the ball very well. Just didn't get that one to go.
Another turnover. 2-on-1, 3-on-1. And a foul. This one 35-16. Wallace, 7 on the clock. Marbury. Marley from 25. Divac blocked Sakali's shot. How many second chance points do the Suns have?
Giving these Suns a bigger lead and then expected to catch up.
Marbury.
Maybe he's got his game going now.
Marbury, no. Sakali's put back, no. Marbury again. 3 up. Hardaway. Marbury. Bench. Having a big first half. Now Rogers. Rodney Rogers. By Bibby, but it ends up right to Delk, to Marbury. Give and go. What? Passing. Gorgeous, gorgeous passing by
Sakalides finds Marbury, who finds John Wallace, who takes it right to the basket. Another look. Bang, bang, and bang. Being set by Chris Webber to free Mike up. So Kings showing life on offensively, but have got to do it on the defensive end.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, that's my story.
Marbury, well, he went right around
the energy in the first half going right to him, but Doug Christie getting his team going, establishing some leadership on the court.
Hardaway open, pop,
Delivers.
Delk. Tony Delk. Ball game right now. Well, Marbury, you can't afford when you're trying to make comebacks. Marbury. Wallace.
Just almost breathtaking. They both just make plays consistently.
E tiene le statistiche, e sono le sue statistiche. Deve riavviare il suo hard disk tecnico, poi se entra nel ritmo di questo attacco con le mani che si ritrova sono piccante. Il giocatore di basket è stato battuto da Steph nell'azione precedente e l'aiuto di Horry enciclopedico, non una novità.
Il pick and roll giocato da Marbury dice attorno a 54 milioni e 700 mila dollari. È chiaro che una tassa dollaro per dollaro è molto pesante, però poi se anche i Lakers dovessero andare, non so, 100 mila dollari.
Avversari di Shaq, significa che non gli metti un corpo addosso, significa che hai tanta gente libera che tira molto bene per tirare, potrebbe beneficiarne, se ne beneficia.
Non ha angolo per tirare, si mangia un canestro da vicinissimo dopo aver fatto un'altra prodezza. Marbury nell'angolo per...
Se è andato a Los Angeles, cambiasse squadra troverebbe degli altri medici. Però metterci un po' di zona press da parte di Phoenix che va a recuperare palla. Ho qualche dubbio sul suo rapporto col suo allenatore.
5-6-4-8, vantaggio Lakers dopo un minuto di terzo quarto, mano sinistra di Penny Hardaway. Stavolta
Mitch Richmond, Horry, Fox, tutta gente che ha una certa dimestichezza col canestro. Obiettivamente questa è una situazione su cui è difficile, nessun dubbio, almeno all'ultima parte dei Bulls. Commovente l'intervista dove ha raccontato.
Continuano ad allungare le mani sulla stessa, ultimi 3 minuti di terzo quarto. Marbury di mano destra cerca il centro dell'area stavolta, mentre Marbury è un giocatore che effettivamente ai compagni non necessariamente dà tantissimo, però ricordare sempre 24 fretta quando arriva Cech.
Obbligato, però ancora impressionante le difese, adesso lo mandano più facilmente a destra, ma non mi sembra
l'impressione di poter accendere e spegnere a piacimento quando rientra Phoenix. Difendono un paio
del basket, tabellata come si suol dire, mentre Steph Marbury torna il newyorkese dei vostri vergine come qui, qua e qua, ma con lo streak interrotto perché nessuno gli ha dato un contratto.
30% di Shaq.
Disperato, veramente, torna a Phoenix intristitissimo. Marbury che hai l'idea che poi alla fine porti a casa del metallo e magari lasci dei dollari pur di giocare in una squadra forte.
Lo Strickland rimettendoci molti soldi, ma ovviamente liberando dello spazio. Brutto passaggio questa volta, Marion per Marbury che va via.
Pronti i dollari, però dopo 3 minuti la ragazza si è assentata un attimo, passa un quarto d'ora, passa mezz'ora.
Would have been a very difficult to impossible shot to make. One of the few.
He showed up for the shoot around the day of the game late. Sakalides races after it. Barry trying to pressure him for the ball. Up comes Marbury with it. Swings a pass quickly to Hardaway. Pump fakes, then leans and scores. Here by 5, 2:06 to go first half. Hardaway will bounce over to Marbury in the corner. Stephon, is he quick? Fall away, Looper.
Lewis on Marbury, he's tough for everybody. Rashard Lewis allowing him to go to the middle. Now you've got help. 3 green jerseys there, but Stephon Marbury, again, we talked about being so strong. Once he gets into the paint, he is able to finish with contact.
3 of their big 3 shot well in the first half. Marbury for the 3 with 3 on the shot clock. 15 to shoot. Stephon stands still, waits for the big man to screen, cuts off of it, feeds Marion for the hopper, and he has a dozen for the game, and the Sonics lead by 6. Into the lane, Marbury rams into James.
Jako Sakalidis, prvi napad za Phoenix. Marion, potom Marbury, Sakalidis zakuca. Skok Toma Gugliote. Dosta loš početak Sakramenta. Marbury ponovo do Sakalidisa, Hardaveja. Stephon Marbury vraća loptu. Ispred njega je Bobby Jackson. Marbury se okliznuo, ipak je stigla lopta do Sakalidis. Hardavej, kombinacija sa Stephonom Marburyjem. Marbury pokušava za 2 i popunile. Penny Hardaway. Marbury pokušava i Sacramento vodi. Marbury. Gugliota, Marbury ostao. Marbury. Ali fenomenal. Marion. Sjajna akcija. Anthony Hardaway pogađa. Marbury. I pogodak. Hardaway. Marbury za 3. Marbury. Marion siguran. Marbury za 3. Stephon Marbury. 16 pojena. Marbury pogađa trojku. I drugi put sigur. Pokušava Marbury još jednom za 3. Koja nije... linije za slobodna bacanja i drugi put siguran. Divac, gubi loptu Vlada Divac. Marbury u solo prodoru. Joe Johnson promašao, ali tu je Stephon Marbury. Evo još jedan te situacije. Pre svih Stephonu Marburyu da se koliko toliko vrate u igru, da smanje prednost na 13 poena. Johnson u prodoru. Marbury! Još jednom gledamo trojku Stephona Marburyja.
Come lui, poi Hawkins parte invece in maniera debole, è rimasto dietro un giro, l'uomo campo, 6 secondi, 5 secondi, di solito questo è il territorio di Stephon Marbury che trova un buon tiro.
Di estetica ce l'ha, però è morbidissimo come qualità delle mani e qua Marbury deve scaricare.
Ma che stavolta non porta un canestro, altro rimbalzo di Gugliotta, già dall'altra parte i Phoenix Suns. Marbury va a giocare per lui. Sean Mary, un altro blocco per Sakalidis, taglio non tanto convinto di Penny Hardaway, il cinese viene seduto da Marbury.
Neanche il migliore Eddie Murphy avrebbe generato così tanto divertimento perché abbia accettato questo cambio e non si sa. Certo che Marbury con questa va avanti.
Nelle mani di Sean Marion, palleggio per Stephon Marbury, linea di fondo, batte Francis, c'è il cinese, stavolta arriva lo scarico. Abbiamo accennato al libro The Punch, il pugno letteralmente è il pugno che ha rischiato di terminare la carriera e la vita di Rudy Thompson.
Però ogni volta che lo vedono in televisione giocare per i Charlotte Hornets lo vedono leader, lo vedono propositivo. C'è qualcosa di quella squadra che si saprà fare un po' spasso, qua è andato corto il suo tiro, però è evidente che ci sono giocatori che vogliono venire a essere coinvolti dai compagni.
Ancora una volta il piazzamento di Gugliotta produce una palla recuperata, direi buona idea di Frank Johnson mettere Sadler nel momento in cui esce il cinese.
Trovarlo perché lui riempie le corsie esterne in maniera perfetta. Qua vediamo la la parte finale.
Qualche esame lo ha superato, meglio di lui a livello realizzativo in questo momento solo McGrady con 32 punti. Aver giocato a livello di Division 1 nel college, le caratteristiche sono quelle del giocatore che un po' di pallacanestro dentro l'area, a parte un paio di lampi di Yao Ming. I Rockets non hanno avuto moltissimo, però hanno tanto di quel talento che impegnarsi a sapere cosa sia la motion offense, 2 pick and roll e un tiro non è un grande.
Lui poi è già ritornato, abbraccia il passo d'arretramento completamente per 3/5 anni. Nella stente Kenny Thomas ogni volta veramente sorprende per come sta migliorando atleticamente. Guardate come Hardaway e Marbury in questo momento
tutto via un prezzo da amatore e diciamo da un po' di esperienza,
come al solito del fratello che ha detto il tuo numero fortunato sarà il 3 per tutta la tua carriera. Per adesso
sul lato debole Penny Hardaway adesso è nel turno sbagliato, penetrazione di Marbury che passare non l'ha partito alla difesa dei Phoenix Suns di rientrare, poi spezza alla grande il raddoppio, la palla è capita molto facilmente,
30 centimetri più indietro di quello che è normalmente secondo me nelle sue corde guardie.
E Francis ha proprio anche Mobley in
5-man offense che voleva Tomjanovic, però tirando piuttosto effettivamente.
Ultimi 3,5, 3 di vantaggio per Houston, penetra e scarica, buon tiro, questa volta non si Penny Hardaway, palla nelle mani di Marbury che attacca Steve Francis e il tiro lo prende lui. Se ha giocato un quarto periodo inguardabile come ha giocato in questa situazione, tiro del tutto impossibile.
Pazzesco, questo è francamente un tiro di grande difficoltà, non si può dire che Francis non tenga la penetrazione e quanti altri salti.
Three-point shooting team, and if you let them sit on like the first one to go. So the Suns without Sean Marion, they're hoping that they were 4 of 4 from the field previous to that miss. Marbury with Nash gets a nice screen from Jahidi. Back to Jahidi. He rewards him. Right here, Steph gets open going down the lane because of the big wide screen by Jahidi. Jahidi rolls like all good big men should do and gets rewarded with the layup. Tonight, they've got to find somebody to step up in the absence of Sean Marion. And already Chabarkov is on the bench with 2 fouls. Jahidi inside, it wasn't ready. He's had 10-plus assists in 4 straight games, averaging over 11 a game. When they get 20, 23 to 26 assists, they win. And when they get 13 to 16, so White sneaking up on him, able to get a piece of the basketball. There's a give and go, and Amari. They're not gonna... So Bradley, who started only 1 game this year, comes in at center when Nowitzki gets hurt. Here is Marbury with a 2 when he got it. Well, he's done that ever since he came over in the trade. He just totally rejuvenated, a fresh breath of life coming over to the Suns team. They need him because of all that. So the Suns with the lead, and Amari has made it. But thank you, Washington. Yes. Here's Marbury into the paint. Changed the shot. Beautifully done. Just a moment ago with a sensational drive inside, and the Suns are up by 20. They catch up in a hurry. Really good. 20 points isn't a whole lot for this Dallas Maverick team, but the Suns need to keep putting it on them and keep adding to it, just like. Out it comes down to Marbury. 49 seconds left in the first half. Marbury's going to pull up. Boy, he attempted 12 in 20 minutes. Not quite a point or a shot a minute, but here's the, that's it. Murray talking to the official as they go back up the floor. He thought he was fouled on the other trip up. Well, smart play by Joe Johnson to back. Oh, and Marbury with a beautiful lead. Out of fun plays. Well, Joe backs it back out right there. And Steph, you know, he's always looking. And Darko is always trying to find that open spot. You know, he doesn't quit. He finds the open spot. He goes in for.
On the move. 9 on the shot clock into Boschul. Not much of an offensive option. Marbury certainly is.
You see how owning him on the glass all night long.
Marbury goes to work. The pick and the roll. Boy, Boschul clearly walked. 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Tickets are still available for that one. Inside to Kamen. Puts it in the hole. Taking it right away is Marbury. Put it down here by me. I'll take it away from you, big guy. Running into the basket is Marbury. He scores.
In his legs. I mean, that's not something he's really had to develop, although he spent the last 2 summers here in LA working on things to strengthen his core, his abdomen. He had to do the whole show this year without Amari Stoudemire, but boy, a play like that, you could just see why he dominates his spot. 32 is Penny Hardaway. Still has all the savvy and the smarts, but the body's not there with it like it was.
Penny has it out front. Lets it fly and hits the jump too. Not sure Coach Dunleavy agrees with you.
Marbury kicks it over to Hardaway, trying for 2 in a row, and he has him. Maggette. Much more in the flow than the long 2-point dunk shot he took a while ago. A quick answer for 2.5 to go in the opening quarter at Staples Center. On the move, Maggette couldn't hang on to the ball, and it's taken by Marbury. First to speed. Nice job by Marco staying in front of him, but they find the open man.
Turnovers. They've already turned it over 5 times. Phoenix only had 1 miscue so far.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's not a good early sign. Phoenix is not the best defensive team out there.
Murray and Barbosa playing together now. Nice scoop. Johnson will bring the ball in. Marbury right back to him. 30 against the Clippers last meeting.
2 of anybody who's ever played, anybody who is currently playing. And this is one of them.
Look at nothing. Marbury thought about it.
Of course, you see him for
44. Clippers trying to count another win here. Hunting for number 13 of the year. Marbury running to the basket and scoring. Like your cell phone on in about 2 years.
Yeah, but I'm 38.
Yeah,
I got a 14-year-old.
Always talking.
I got a 14-year-old ass.
Clippers retreat defensively. Marbury fires in Jaric's face.
Well, he's played well.
Not long after Maggette went to the bench.
Remember I said the Clippers, oh my goodness.
Marbury. Marbury frees himself, shoots and scores.
See how he danced
for the Suns.
But the problem is they're 11 and 20, Ralph. They'd have to go 20 and 10 just to get to 500.
Johnson misses. Richardson pulls down the rebound. The ball is loose, and Marbury picks it up.
And he goes absolutely berserk on the sideline.
Marbury with it. Look at that. I mean, how do you guard that? Harvey with the left hand.
And
Suns let a 17-point lead slip away against Boston the other night.
That's against the zone right there.
Marion. This is Marbury. Into the paint. The White. Heel scoring.
They are more active. They are the ones, not the ones who are fatigued, that's for sure. The penetration killing you.
Might be the 30 points and 8 assists. Getting into the paint just whenever he wants to.
Well, this was against the zone, as I talked about. He got away from Overton and Maggette, who were too close to each other because they shouldn't have been double teaming him 30 feet away.
Back into the zone. Marbury. Wow.
In double figures going to the 4th.
Marbury running away from a potential double team. 3 in the clock. That goes up out of here.
Did he just shoot a jump shot from 35? Watch this shot by Stephon Marbury.
Look for the 3-point line this game.
He's barely on the sea of Clippers at center court. Oh, there's a great look. Watch, 1 foot in front of the sea.
Look at that. And that line is 23 feet 9 inches.
And he's 10.
Marbury. Picked up on a switch by Richardson. Now they bring Overton out. Penny Hardaway's free. Down. Ralph Walter, Mike Smith, Michael Lees with you here on Fox Sports Net 2. Marbury over Maggette. Bingo!
About to slap it in the face of the Clippers.
Well, they're 3 and 10 since Amari Stoudemire went. And the lead stretches out to 15, now 16. Guards Stephon Marbury tonight.
Who can't be that old? If I'm 38, Pooh is 36. Stephon has really put on a show. 40 big points in this ball game, and nobody had a chance. Clipper coaching staff told me at halftime the problem was he had 22. He says he's on fire, and now we can't stop him because when a guy gets going like that, and he erupted for 16 in the 3rd quarter.
The rims. I didn't realize he had ever become familiar enough with the rims at the free time. Marbury gets an easy 2 to open the game. Voskuhl again to the bucket and turnovers. Banks nearly got to that one, but Marbury beat him to it. Marbury off the dribble. Hardaway on that one. That was clever.
Let's not play outside basketball now. Let's play inside basketball.
Marbury, nicely done.
Oh, that was.
Really just. 62 to 34. Make it 36. Joe Johnson and Hardaway Johnson starting in place of Stoudemire.
And they said, yeah, so that's why I walked away.
16 in the game for Pierce.
Nice idea for Pierce to go inside.
Marbury to the basket.
And here's Marbury going to hoop. And he got a foul.
Marbury. 2 rims and out.
I wish Paul Pierce right now would get down underneath as Eric Williams get on. And I used to, when I was coaching the Celtics, I used to coach the coaches of the CYO program.
For Walter here in the second half. Little breathing room for Boston at 16. 13. Perfect scorer from the point guard position. He's got 12 points here in this. Hey, if you can't get Marbury. Johnson. Pull up in the paint. Trying to make it a 5-point game with 8 minutes to go.
I'm telling you, they're bailing these guys out.
Yeah. That was the back shot. Marbury ties the game. Away. And Jacobson. Banks loses it. Phoenix has got a lead.
Celtics offense.
Marbury, Jacobson for 3.
It's vulnerable. There's not enough people. If you get 3 people up there, there's only 2 back to defend.
Phoenix the ball in the lead, 2:23 to go. Marbury again. Wow. Minute. Hardaway. Big basket. From 29 down, thanks to Stephon Marbury.
Yeah, he sure did. He opened it up here in the second half, 25 points, and he got it from every which way. On the break, outside, 3-point arc, and themselves knocking down the threes.
They just put 0.4 of a second back on the clock, so it's 10.3.
Led by the 4 of Joe Johnson. They've got 5 of 7. Marbury dishing off inside to Amari Stoudemire. Boozer tried to get it. Davis tries it. Bosco vacuums in the rebound.
Got to go up with 2 hands.
What a pass, Marbury to LeBron James with the 3. It's the second 3 nailed by the Cavaliers in the game.
Marbury answers.
They didn't come until the 4th quarter last night. Here is Stephon Marbury. LeBron James.
See, I don't like that shot. He had the mismatch, and he let the guy off with a long jump shot, and it leads to a layup on the other end.
It's Davis for 3.
See, I don't like that shot. Defense is back. You can get something better than that if you're Ricky Davis.
Streaking the other way, Stephon Marbury.
Tonight, they're 2 of 3, and Marbury now is going to have an opportunity to go to the free throw line after this great move, and they're going to be shooting their 15th free throw of the game. So the disparity in free throws is
back in. Davis doesn't get the call. Marbury to Sean Marion. This is inside.
You create turnovers, you rebound the ball, and then you run. And you say, we're going to impose our will on teams that play against us. Stephon Marbury leading the break. Marion, a great finisher. You see Marbury's looking to get in that lane area, make something happen.
Joe Johnson. Steph for 2. Marbury.
Didn't know which way they were going to go. They're on a 7-2 run here to finish this half.
It's Marbury dancing inside. There are many as physically imposing point guards in the NBA as Stephon Marbury.
Well, right on cue, watch him go inside here, get the bump. And he has the ability, watch this great play. He's going to get the steal, play the passing lane, but watch him go to the basket. Not many guards have the kind of power. Watch him jump inside, get the bump, and then get the foul. He has really, really improved his game.
Miles picks up the...
I saw that today, and I was going to ask you if that was a misprint. You think of all the great...
Stephon has 15 points. And he kicks it back to Marion, who had only 4 in the first half, and comes up with the...
Ricky Davis draws a lot of help, though. Goskus, he's going to make the open shot.
Oh, Stephon Marbury with a... Do this, a great first step. Accelerates all the time.
Kevin, you can't let him get on that baseline because there's no help. And the big man comes over and he just uses the backboard as a shot.
Why Paul Silas was brought in. He has given this team more discipline.
Well, he brings a toughness in here. More importantly,
Marion working on Davis. Doubled by Ilgauskas. Shot clock at 3. Step from 30. Goal!
Looked like that chip going through a crowd, no call. Marbury back at the other end, and Marion with a jam over Robinson.
That settled down and started defending, but you see here, tremendous pass, touch pass by Penny to Sean Marion.
Outlaw hands to Marbury. You're almost at a point, get to it in a minute, that's just what I was going to say, where they're going to have to get Marbury off.
Basically, you're making a lot of big mistakes. You got to figure eventually this team is going to start playing better. It's something they've done well all year.
The drive got stopped at the hoop. Marbury around a Williams pick, gets all the way inside and gets the floater to go. Stephon Marbury with his second field goal.
Now let's take a look here. You got Stephon doing what he does best, using the screen, showing a lot of patience. He doesn't force it, makes Tim Duncan commit, and then he's able to finish over. They have to feel good.
About 5 difference. Marbury off the drive. Stephon Marbury has just put his autograph on the game. Have to hit that shot because that's his game.
That is his game, and that's something this team has come to rely on, his three-pointer from that corner.
Marbury a pitch out to Marion, and his three.
That's what Marbury does so well. He gets off the bat, goes to the basket quickly, and gets an easy 15-footer for Hardaway.
Hardaway trying to post up Tony Parker. An easy shot for Penny Hardaway.
And they get the postman moving from block to block. It's tough to double team in the middle.
Yeah, they had the Suns trying to rotate over, but they went back with his
shots because they don't honor his offense. And, Pop does not want to take him out because he's so special.
We were talking last night. Stephon Marbury right now, the second best point guard in the NBA behind Jason Kidd.
That's where I rank him. When he gets his team winning.
2 guys who had never played in the NBA postseason had the best games for their teams the other days. Marbury puts it in and a foul.
Running teardrop right there, and he just can go where he wants. He's strong. He's got that football, put the tuck it away, going to the goal line, and a beautiful fadeaway shot. But that's 4 in a row. And
Phoenix back up by 1.
And getting back to your question.
Parker fights over the screen. Marbury gets up so high on his jumper.
He always makes the open pass. He penetrates. He can shoot the 3. I really enjoy watching him play.
That time, log on NBA.com or AOL keyword NBA.com. Food at times.
That was
my fault. That was my fault.
We watched Jason Kidd series, but hopefully he will be healthy.
Marbury, the pick and roll with Scott Williams.
Is doing a great job. His presence alone, he's only got 5 points. He's just, and they're not getting a lot of touches in the post, and he's creating offense, but just being on the court with
reason for success. He is so strong for a point guard. Vasco, and gets the bounce. Has it poked away.
Ridiculous. When Duncan got the ball, he had 3 guys on him that time, and he
last shot, and no matter win or lose, you got to find ways to score.
Marbury off the dribble, puts it in.
Guys, but repost, we also saw that time right there. Penny Hardaway was double teaming Tim before he caught the ball. Oh, you call that a lay-in by Stephon Marbury?
Well, that's his kind of lay-in.
Man, that was a teardrop.
That's what he's good at. And there's another one, a wide open 15-footer off the side 3.
Marbury, Stoudemire. Oh, tough. On Ferry, only the second team foul against San Antonio. The pick and roll.
Charles, and they have to go around something. So Tony Parker was 45.5 seconds, and here comes Stephon Marbury, who is blossoming this year and in the last couple into one of the best point guards in the NBA.
Yeah, he's really playing great this year.
He is playing great, but he got Michael shoes on. But you know what, Steve? Steph is a better shooter than passer, as we see right now. He's a better shooter. Look at it. Look at the bounce pass. Where's the two-handed bounce pass, Steph?
Yeah,
Thumbs down.
Steph's instinctive, man. He's just out there playing.
He only going to take 2 shots because he's going to make one. I told you, because he's a shooter, man. This is it. This is big right here. That's huge. Big. But he still can't beat out. That's my 38 on your
got him, Kenny. Yeah. I think he just carried the ball. That's -5.
He just eclipsed his brother as the best player in the Marbury family. I played against his brother at University of Georgia. He was a stud.
So Davis hit all 3 passes on his first attempt. Here comes Stephon Marbury. And Steph, of course, now with the New York Knicks, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York.
They're going to be interesting to watch in the second half of the season. And you won't want to see them in the playoffs, Chuck. You do not want to see them unless you're Indiana. Indiana, I think the team can beat them. New Jersey don't want to play them.
Look at this.
Or Detroit.
Stephon Marbury, one of the top 3 players in the league.
Oh, yeah, he's played great. He's done for the Knicks. He brought electricity back into the Garden. And that's one of the, that's probably the toughest thing that he could have done.
But he finishes with a time of 36.4. And Baron Davis's time of 28.7 still right there. Two-time All-Star, Stephon Marbury.
Man, y'all showed my man's jacket.
I don't play games. I don't negotiate. I don't stop. I ball. And I don't get them anywhere but Foot Locker.